Hello guys! For our 7th lecture here in computer programming, we will discuss Java conditional statements. There are different kind of Java conditional statements. But for today, we will tackle Java if-else statement. The Java if statement is used to test the condition. It checks Boolean condition if it's true or false. The condition that we are using here in Java if-else statement is the comparison operator. That's why pina-assignment ko sa inyo yung comparison operator na makikreate ng isang program which will check or compare two number using the comparison operators. There are various types of if statement in Java. First is the if statement. Second one is if-else statement. Third one is if-else if ladder, and the fourth one is nested if statement. Let's now proceed sa if statement. If statement. Use the if statement to specify a block of Java code to be executed if a condition is true. It means na kapag ang condition natin ay true, mag-execute yung line of code natin or yung statement na gusto nating i-display. Before tayo mag-proceed sa code, tignan muna natin tong flowchart. So in this flowchart is may isang condition and pag nag-true yung condition, magdadirect to sa statement natin. So ano-ano ba yung mga statement sa Java? It can be a print line, it can be a variable, and etc. But kapag naman nag-false yung condition natin, is mag-e-end lang yung program natin. So how do we code the if statement? First is we need to type if. And sa loob ng braces is the condition. And after that, opening curly brace and closing curly brace. Sa loob naman ng curly brace natin, dito natin ilalagay yung statement or block of code na gusto natin i-execute if the condition is true. So in the sample program, if 10 is greater than 8. So, the answer is true. So magpo-proceed yung program na to sa system.out.println 10 is greater than 8. Mag-output si or magdi-display si 10 is greater than 8. Let's now try. So I will create a program conditional. And then hit next, then create, uncheck the create module info, then finish. Then locate the folder, right click, new class. And my class name will be if statement. And then this is my main class. So I will hit the click button or the check button of the public static void. Hit finish. Then let's start. So my first conditional statement is if, and then the condition will be, so 10 is greater than 5. Okay, after the condition, opening curly brace, then it will automatically gives you a closing curly brace if you are using Eclipse. So inside the curly braces, lagyan natin dito yung statement na gusto natin i-output. So system.out.println the condition is true. Okay. But before we run, maglagay muna tayo ng comment. So kapag ang condition ko ay nag-true, magpi-print out tong si the condition is true. So ang ilalagay kong comment is true. But kapag nag-false yung condition ko, so if it's 10 is greater than 5, so true siya. But if ginawa ko siyang 4 is greater than 5, so syempre magpo-false siya. So balik ko lang siya sa 10. So maglalagay naman ako dito sa labas ng curly brace ng false. Okay, false. So let's analyze first. So kapag nag-true, magpo-proceed siya dito sa statement na system.out.println. But pag false, so sa tingin nyo, magko-continue po ba yung program? So, no. Because wala na pong sunod na statement. So let's try. 10 is greater than 5, so it's true. So the condition is true. But what if gawin natin tong 15? So it will be false. And that's why wala na pong magdi-display sa output box or sa console natin. That's it. Ganun lang kadali si if statement. So if, and then the condition, curly brace, huwag kalilimutan sa curly brace, and then sa loob is the statement na gusto natin ilagay. If-else statement. The Java if-else statement execute the if block if the condition is true. Otherwise, else block is executed. So, same as before. Kanina kay if. Kapag nag-true, is magpo-proceed siya sa loob ng block ni if. But ngayon, kapag nag-false naman is meron na tayong statement para kay false. Tignan natin ngayon yung flowchart. So, condition. Kapag nag-true, magpo-proceed siya kay statement for the true or for the if part. Kapag naman false, magpo-proceed siya kay statement na nasa loob ni else part. So, how do we code if-else statement? So, if, condition, curly braces, then malalagdagan tayo ng else. And sa else is, meron din tayong curly braces, but wala tayong condition. Yun lang yung pagkakaiba nila. Kay if is may condition tayo, kay else is wala tayong condition na nilalagay. Sa loob ng curly brace is meron tayong statement for the else. So let's try itong sample program below. I will declare a int variable for num and it will be equal to 10. And then our condition is if. And then, sa loob ni if, ilalagay ko ay num %2 is equal to 0. Then, curly braces. So, sir, ano ba yung ginagawa ni num %2? Then, equal to 0, 0. So, tandaan natin na ang percent is for modulo. So, we are checking kung may remainder kapag dinivide tong si num. And if may remainder, so i-check naman niya yung remainder kung is it equal to 0 or not. So okay, before natin lagyan ng statement si if, lagay muna natin si else. So else, so tandaan, walang condition for else because it is automatically false. So kapag nag-false, kay if, kay else agad siya mapupunta. So, lagyan natin ng comment. So, true, and then false. Okay, ang statement na ilalagay ko dito is system.out.println I am a even number. Even number. Then, semicolon. So, copy lang natin to. Then, lagyan natin ng statement si else. An odd number. So, this line of code is used to determine if the number is even or odd number. So, let's try. Is 10 is even number or odd number? So, 10 is even number because ang remainder niya is 0. But what if gawin natin itong 11? So, obviously, the answer is odd number because may remainder to na 1. Okay, tandaan, kay if-else statement, if, condition, curly brace, and then statement sa loob ng curly brace, then malalagdagan lang tayo ng else statement without a condition, but with a curly brace and statement inside the curly brace. If-else if ladder statement. The if-else if ladder statement execute one condition from multiple statements. It is used when more than one condition is to be checked. So means kay if else if ladder, we are checking more than one condition. So let's analyze the flowchart. So first is may condition 1 tayo for the if. If nag-true, magpupunta tayo sa if part statement. But kapag nag-false, pupunta tayo sa else if part. Not in the else part, but in the else if part. So else if part, meron po na siyang condition, unlike kay else, na walang condition. So i-check ulit nito yung condition, kung magtutrue ba or false. Kapag nag-true, it will direct sa else if part. Kapag naman nag-false, it can direct sa else statement mo or kung may another else if ka pa na condition. So how do we code if else if ladder? First is if, and then the first condition. After that, so same as before lang din, curly brace, then statement. Matadagdagan lang tayo ngayon ng else if condition. And then sa else if condition, meron tayong second condition. Dito natin ilalagay yung pangalawang condition natin. And then, same way lang siya kay if, curly brace, and then statement sa loob. And then else. Take note, an if else statement must have only one if block, but can have as many else if block as required. Else part is optional and may be present or absent. So tandaan kay if else if, dapat ay nag-iisa lang si if. So dapat faithful tayo kay if. Isa lang dapat siya. Pero pwedeng maraming else if. And si else, pwede siyang wala or pwede siyang nandyan. Parang yung internet lab mo, minsan nandyan, minsan wala. Okay, let's proceed sa example. First is, I will declare a variable int num uli, and then value will be 5. And then, if, so our first condition is num is greater than to 0, then curly braces, and next condition natin, else if, and then condition, so num is less than 0, then curly brace, and after that else. So, curly brace then. Kapag nag-true, si num is greater than to 0, ang output natin ay system.out.println positive number. But, kapag naman hindi siya nag-true dito, so magpo-false siya. Pupunta naman siya dito sa susunod na else if statement. Check niya kung magto-true. Is num is less than 0, so ang output will be na negative number. And kapag naman nag-false siya dito, kay num is less than 0, so obviously kay else naman siya pupunta. Then, the output will be 0. False in both if and else if statement. Okay, analyze the program. Our num is equal to 5. So, num is greater than 0. What do you think will be the answer? The answer is true. That's why mag-output dito ay positive number. Let's try. So, ang nag-output is the positive number. But what if gawin nating num will be equal to negative 5? So, let's try. The output will be negative number. So, paano nangyari yon? Una, chinek niya, is num is greater than to 0. The answer will be false. After doon, aalis na siya dito kay if condition. Pupunta naman siya sa next condition natin na else if. So, is negative 5 is less than 0. The answer will be true. That's why ang in-output niya is the negative number. Then, what if naman? Gawin ko tong 0. So, obviously, ang answer natin is 0. Bakit? Num is not greater than 0. Num is not less than 0. Because num is equal to 0. So, false na siya pareho dito and dito. That's why automatically, kay else siya mapupunta. So, the answer will be 0. So, pwede rin naman ganito yung gawin natin. Lagyan natin siya ng else if condition num is equal to 0. So, is num is greater than 0? False. Next statement, it will be also false. And then, else if num is equal to 0. So, let's try. Then, 0 pa rin yung sagot niya because 0 is equal to 0. And that's it. Finally, nested if statement. The nested if statement represents the if block within another if block. So it means sa loob ng isang condition natin ay naglalagay tayo ng another condition. So kanina ang nilalagay lang natin di ba ay statement. But ngayon ang nilalagay naman natin ay condition or nested if statement. So let's analyze the flowchart. If statement, kapag nag-true, so kanina, nag-true, ang nasa loob lang nito ay statement, but ngayon, meron na tayong another conditional statement sa loob ng if natin. Ang tawag doon ay nested condition. So, huwag kayo malilito. Same as before lang din siya, yung nested condition natin is kine-check lang nito, yung operator kung true or false. So, kapag nag-true, magpuproceed lang siya sa statement. Kapag naman nag-false, magpuproceed siya sa false statement natin. And that will end the program. So, kapag naman nag-false, directly mapupunta lang siya sa false statement. Okay, ulitin natin. If statement, kapag nag-true, magpuproceed siya sa loob ng block ng if statement. So, sa loob ng if statement natin is meron tayong another statement na ang tawag ay nested condition or nested if statement. So, sa nested if statement, ang ginagawa lang nito ay nag-check lang din kung true or false yung condition natin. So, kapag true, magpuproceed to sa block na nasa loob ng nested if condition. Kapag naman nag-false, magpuproceed lang siya sa false statement natin. So, wag malilito because the nested if statement is, it is just a statement or block of code na nasa loob ng isang if statement or ng isang condition natin. Okay, let's analyze tong code para hindi kayo malito. Una is if. Tandaan na lang natin na ang unang if natin is our main condition. So, sa loob ng main condition ay meron tayong another condition. Ang tawag natin dito ay subcondition. So, sa loob ng main condition natin, ang subcondition natin ay if. Not else if, guys. Mag-uumpisa ulit tayo sa umpisa pag nasa loob na tayo ng if block natin. Okay, after nun is meron tayong another main condition na else if. So, sa loob ng main condition 2 natin, meron tayong another nested if statement. So, mag-uumpisa rin siya dapat sa if kasi nga nasa loob siya ng isang statement. After that, so we can add another else if. So, pwede rin namang rekta na tayo kay else. So, sa loob ng else, meron din tayong nested if statement na nag-umpisa rin sa if condition. Take note, sa loob po ng nested if statement, hindi lang if yung pwede nating ilagay. Pwede rin tayo dyan magdagdag ng else if. and also ng else. Let's now try the sample program. The program will determine kung ang isang individual ba ay pwedeng mag-donate ng dugo. So, we will use two variable. Ang unang variable natin ay age. So, int age, then sample age is 22, and then weight. Int weight, our sample weight will be 63. Okay, after that, our condition. So, if age is greater than 18, so you are eligible to donate a blood. But, i-check nyo muna yung i-check nyo muna yung weight natin. So, kapag overweight ka, bawal ka pa rin mag-donate ng dugo. So, paano yung gagawin natin? Magagawa ngayon tayo ng nested if. So, our nested if will be, condition natin ay weight is greater than 55. It means, kapag ang weight mo ay greater than 55, you are eligible na mag-donate ng dugo. Then, print natin na system.out.println you are eligible to donate blood. So, what if yung weight niya is less than 55? So, magagawa na lang tayo ng else statement. And sa loob ng else statement, copy lang natin itong printout natin na you are not eligible to donate blood. So, before natin mag-proceed or i-run yung program, dagdagan natin siya ng else. So, hanapin lang natin yung end curly brace. So, else. Ang laman dapat ni else ay, copy lang natin to. Age must be greater than 18. Okay, now let's try. So, when you are 22 and 63 kilogram ka, you are eligible to donate blood. But when you are 17, so age must be greater than 18. But what if I am 19 but my weight is under 55? So 50. So you are not eligible to donate blood. So kapag ang weight ay under 55, so hindi ka eligible mag-donate ng blood. Pero kapag over 55, so kapag malusog ka, pag mahal ka ng mama mo, so pwede ka mag-donate ng blood. And that's it. If you have any concern or question about our lesson, message me here in Teams or in Messenger. And take note, after nyo panoorin tong video, try the program or the sample program at home para magkaroon kayo ng reference for our next activity.